Good evening and welcome to Ratem and Slatem live here from the KB Terrace Talk studios. Not that we've got a studio, but do you know what? If you've got a microphone, a laptop, an iPad, a phone, we'll always have a studio. I'm just going to do a quick comms check so I can hear if my microphone's working properly. Laptop, iPad, phone. Yep, it is. So, right. I'm joined tonight by one of my very best friends, Danny, or as he comes across as Reet Chuffed, to talk all things. What a weekend of football! Obviously, Rotherham are relegated, so and then decide to go away to Leyton Orient and win. Danny, we'll talk about Nottingham Forest. I don't think they are safe, sadly. I think that win against Burnley was probably the worst thing they could have done. And you'll have to bear with me on that one. I'll explain my reasons later. Tottenham got a massive point against Brighton. And obviously, the bottle jobs. And where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? The bottle jobs. Let me find it. Absolute bottle jobs. Arsenal lose 2-1 to Manchester City. And we'll talk anything else regarding football. So, Danny, first and foremost, how are you, my friend? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good, Sam, mate. I just thought then I might just go the whole show doing an Oliver and Hardy impression where you just do all the talking and I just stay quiet and I go. That would have been interesting. As always, I am very tired. I need people to come on tonight or get in the comments, tell us what's been happening. I have not watched any full game this week or this weekend. I've only caught up on highlights. So, yeah, let us know what you think. Obviously, I am donning, for the very first time in my life, some sort of Manchester City shirt. I'll come on. I'll explain my reasons in a bit. But yeah. I've just literally finished watching the highlights of that game, and like you said, what a game, what a Super Sunday, and it's just blown everything wide open.
Blow it up, Danny boy. A couple of comments here. We've got here Pete Scott, top show, Tom. Well, let's see, Pete. We got Birchie, the Leeds fan. You know, Leeds are effectively safe now. It's probably between sort of Forest and West Ham and Spurs for that final drop. We got Adam, the big dog, Tommy at the wheel. Yes, I am at the wheel. And then we've got Ed Felson. City. Fair enough. And then I've got here as well. Where are we? The real Phil Smith, Man City shirt. Have we another two team here? So,
no, Phil. All will be revealed when we get talking about the game, mate.
Of course. Billy Almond, is Tiny on tonight? Yes, he was going to be, but I think he's having a few issues with his internet. We were going to talk about Rotherham first, but I think he's having a few internet issues, which is understandable. Real Phil Smith, Gabriel should have been sent off. Absolutely disgusting. You can't put your head in like he did to Haaland. Absolutely disgusting. So he's not happy with Gabriel. Obviously, the Arsenal defense, as somebody in the past said. And then real Phil Smith, you should only wear one shirt, rate chuffed. Well, look, he's going to explain himself.
We're going to come on to that, don't worry.
I want to add, we're going to go first, and we're going to add to the stage when I can get this sorted out. Give me a second. No. Yeah, we'll go with that. We've got Forest Phil, who I think, it's a false dawn for them. I mean, they struggled to beat Burnley. Struggled massively to beat Burnley. And listen, I think it's papered over the cracks. I still think they're in massive trouble. And I think Forest, for me, will get relegated. Forest Phil, what we reckon?
You want to put your fucking rod away, dickhead?
He does talk a load of nonsense, doesn't he, Phil?
Listen, I think he's been. Let me just shut this door. Around. Let me just put this very, very, very clearly. Tom, I love you. All right, I think you've got a lot of ball knowledge. Stop hanging around with Bushy, mate. Stop hanging around with Bushy because it's rubbing off onto you, mate. It's rubbing off onto you. If you think that Forest struggled in that game on a scoreline of a finishing scoreline of 4-1, then I'm sorry, my furry little friend, you are very deluded.
No, but I mean, I think you're in trouble, Phil. I think obviously.
How do you think we're in trouble when Spurs can't manage to beat Brighton? And nothing against Brighton. Brighton had a tough game there, but Spurs still couldn't beat them. And then we'll happily slot four goals against Burnley, but we're the ones that are struggling.
You went 1-0 down, Phil.
Yeah, and I'll explain that.
Burnley.
If anybody follows me on the wonderful social platform that is TikTok, you'll notice that I did an aftermath reaction.
I don't have TikTok, believe it or not.
You should, mate, because you're missing out. Anybody wants to, anybody watching tonight fancies some real insight into some real football, follow me, Forest Phil, on TikTok, doing all the after-match reactions and anything connected with Forest. Now, that first half, I will not deny it was absolutely diabolical. And I think the players were told to go out there and play tactically based on the fact that I think Vitor Pereira believed that was going to be an easy game and a bit of a walkover. Comes to that half-time whistle, and he realised very, very quickly that it wasn't going to be a walkover. And I think the exact words that were said in the changing rooms were, "Boys, what the are you doing? You should be going out there and you should be enjoying playing football." Because I watched that. I was watching 3 matches all at once. And I watched that game, and I frankly thought it was a boring first half. No inspiration, no love, no passion, no nothing. And I think what Vito did was went systematically, we need to tactically beat these. And actually, we didn't. We just needed to go out and play football. And that's when we came out the second half, and we came out and we played football. Now, why we didn't play that from the first half, who knows? But yeah, at the end of the day, 4-1. The thing is if anybody watched my show on Thursday and the EFL show on Friday, I said Forest were going to win 4-0. And everybody laughed at me when Forest are not going to win 4 at home. They're not going to slot 4 goals at home. And what did they do? Okay, it wasn't 4-0, it was 4-1. But was I right? The Oracle was right yet again. So take your struggling Forest and shut it.
No, Phil. I fear for Nottingham Forest. I do.
Why? Why do you fear for them, Tom?
Because I just think Tottenham got a fantastic result against Brighton. West Ham, they play tomorrow, don't they? I think
Palace. Yeah,
they do.
Palace.
Yeah, and
Away.
they'll probably win that. Spurs, green shoots at Spurs. I think Spurs are coming back now.
Can I ask, Tom? Right, so Brighton are sat, just pushing that European places. Brighton are sat there, got the potential to finish the season, in a European spot, whether it be conference, whether it be Europa League, or whether it. Don't think they're going to make Champions League, but one of those 2 bottom European places, and they got a draw against Spurs.
I tell you what, I mean, like I say, Spurs, they went to one of the big boys in Brighton and managed to get a result. So this is why I'm saying. I mean, you
How's
beat
that a result for Spurs? They still haven't won. They still haven't won in 2026. How is that a result for Spurs?
It's a great result.
For Spurs. It's not, Tom, because a result for Spurs. I'm sorry, you're talking shit, and you will get a bite out of me in a minute because how can a team who are currently sat in 18th position in the Premier League go to a club that are not one of the top 6? They're not, a massive club, and only get a draw when Spurs have been classed as one of the big 6. And you're telling me that Burnley, fair enough, Burnley, it's shit, it's Burnley, they're in 19th, come to the City Ground, we batter them 4-1, and you're telling me that Spurs' result of 2-2, they let 2 goals in, they let a lead go, and you're telling me...
It's a weird one, isn't it? Because the derby, you're expecting either a win, manager bounce, but it's against his old team, so it's always one of them, isn't it?
Hold on, Vitor did that. We played Wolves.
We're about Tottenham and Brighton.
Yeah, no, but you're just talking about the manager bounce.
No, I was just saying it was a bit of a weird result because usually it's either one way or other with manager bounce, isn't it? I know that Brighton got the last minute goal, but like Tom's saying, and I'm not winding you up, Phil, at all. I am trying to bit of middleman. But this derby, he's got that point. What does he? I mean, he's got a very short time, but we've said this previously, haven't we? He's a slow building manager. What does he work for next? The clean sheet and then maybe a win? Who knows?
Look at this. I think I might have to get a restraining order. Sorry, because I can see all the comments as well. I think I'm going to have to get a restraining order either against Bushy or Spursy Luke. I think it's going to be Bushy, though, because as soon as I appear on the show, who else appears but King Bush also trying to wind me up? Phil, table manners for me. Forest are going down. Spurs have a much better squad than Forest. And that's why Spurs are sat in 18th and Forest aren't.
Forest are safe, Phil. Quick question.
I tell you who you need to worry about. I tell you what football club for the final 4 or 5 games you need to be worried about. Don't laugh at me on this. Newcastle United.
Why is that, Phil?
They are sat down there. I'm not saying they're going to fall into relegation in the slightest. However, they are sat down there in 14th place. They've had some very, very bad luck of games that they've lost in very recently. And on the top of that, there is clearly something systematically going on behind the scenes at Newcastle United. But because Newcastle aren't a big club and they're sitting mid-table, nobody pays attention to that. But you watch Newcastle over the next 4 or 5 games and how their position slips from 14th. And I actually think, going off the performance of Forest today and going off the performance of Leeds recently, I think Forest and Leeds could very easily climb up over the next 4 or 5 games, climb up. I said Crystal Palace were going to drop down anyway. I also think Newcastle could fall down a little bit. Not saying they're going to fall into relegation, not in the slightest. But I actually think, I'm not sure about Forest yet because, it's one of those, we beat Burnley, but it's only Burnley. But actually, I feel that Leeds particularly have that opportunity there to actually climb a little bit higher, and it could be at Newcastle's fault.
Well, let me just do through a couple of comments here, Phil. The real Phil Smith. Phil, you weren't right, though. It was 4-1, not 4-0.
That's what I've just said, you dickhead. Right? That's what I've just literally said. I said 4-0, but it was 4-1. I'll take that. We still scored 4 at the City Ground, which is what my point was that everybody laughed at me about.
Yeah, but Phil, they scored 1, mate. So
they did. Wrong. Wow. That's what makes 4-1. That's funny, that is, isn't it, Tom?
Bushy, Phil, table manners for me. Yeah. Forest are going down. And I agree with Bushy. I think Forest are in.
Of course you do. You may as well be up Bushy's arse right now, Tom.
LAJS, Luke. Yeah, Tom, you are chatting nonsense.
There we go. Tom, you're chatting shit.
I'm trying to big your team up, Luke. I'm trying to big him up.
Yeah, but he knows that Spurs are going down.
No, it was a fantastic result for Spurs against Brighton at home. It was a great result for them. It was positive signs.
That's like saying Rotherham are being relegated, but don't worry, we beat Leighton Orient 2-0.
We'll come on to that later. King Bush, Spurs have a much better squad than Forest. Agreed.
What, they have two? They have 2 players. Spurs have 2 players.
We've got Luke again. Spurs should have had that wrapped up, but he missed key chances. Yeah, but you know what? It's going to come. I mean, I think Spurs will comfortably finish mid-table now.
Forest didn't miss key chances, did we? You know what I mean?
Then I've got here. Yes, Brighton much harder than Burnley. Completely agree, Bushy.
Yeah, absolutely, Bushy. That's the most sense you've ever made and the most sensible thing you've ever said on.
I mean, you got to admit, Phil. Burnley are a pub team. So,
if Burnley are a pub team, what does that make Rotherham?
What?
If Burnley are a pub team, what does that make Rotherham? Weird, isn't it? Can't hear that, can you?
Again, why would you need a restraining order on me? I'm not disagreeing with you. Okay. And then
no, I meant it against Bushy, really, Luke.
Bushy's now saying Forest are not safe. They are going down. So
Bushy, the man of all wisdom and all magic, and knows absolutely everything. Yeah, all right.
The real Phil Smith, give over, Phil. You'll be going for lunch and a game of snooker with Bushy tomorrow.
I will, and I'll batter him at that as well.
Yeah, snooker championship in Sheffield. Get your send down.
Crucible. It's the Crucible. Is the Crucible on there at the minute?
Yeah. Crucible.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Bushy's not quite good enough for that. He keeps saying he thinks he's Rocket Ronnie, but he's not.
In other departments, maybe.
Burnley Wolves, Forest down. Bookmark it from Bushy.
No, and I've already told him. I've told him to bookmark. He was blabbing on about Man United finishing 3rd. I'm telling you, they won't.
Well, you know, I think
bookmark that fucker.
I think United, I think if things had gone their way, could have been on for a title charge.
Here we go. He is. He's up fucking Bush's arse, isn't he? He's up Bush's arse. Fucking hell.
I like this comment.
I don't know about Newcastle being in trouble. More specifically, it's Eddie Howe that's in trouble. Right.
Yeah. But that affects the team. The manager's performance and the way the manager is affects the team, and it's clearly happening at Newcastle. That's my point.
I've been speaking to 2 of my mates today, and the Geordies and Newcastle fans, and they want Eddie gone. And I said to him, I put it to him, I went, well, he's won you the cup and everything. They went, no, needs to be gone. They want him gone now. And I said, well, you can see where it's going. There'll probably be a change in the summer. But that's how they're feeling. So there you go.
This is the thing about fans in general, and I'm probably going to upset majority of the teams here, but it gets to like half time today when we were 1-0 down against Burnley. I went straight on the socials, and I'm looking on the socials, and this is die-hard Forest fans going, Pereira is crap. Let's get the 5th manager of the month in, of the year in. Let's do this. Let's get rid of Pereira. And then the second half, we end up winning 4-1. You've got to look at it as the bigger picture. Are you going to blame everything that is John now? Are you going to blame everything that's happening at Newcastle on Eddie Howe? Because if you are, you're delusional.
Yeah.
You can't blame everything on the manager. Look at Forest. And I'm a prime one to talk about this. We've had 4 managers this season. Was it Nuno's fault? Not really. Yeah, it was a breakdown in communication. Was it Dycher's fault? Again, not really. Yeah. Was it Postecoglou's fault? Absolutely. The man's a belly. and now we've got Vito Pereira. You can't always blame it on the manager. Clearly, Eddie Howe's not fitting in well at Newcastle. Absolutely fine. However, that's not the sole reason why Newcastle have gone from a half-decent part to the beginning of the season to where they are now. And if they continue in that route, I'm not saying they're going to get to relegation because it's not going to happen. It's not. We know that Spurs are going down.
Go on.
It's just where they actually finish.
Yeah, exactly.
Season.
So regardless of results now, but let's say they don't end up in danger because it's highly unlikely. Is he in the hot seat next season?
Eddie Howe? No, but then on the same flip of that, despite the win today, I don't think Arne Slot should be in his position.
He's been saved by that 5th Champions League spot next season because there's five spots next season, isn't there?
If he gets it,
yeah. Well, yeah, it's looking more likely after today.
Mikel Arteta, prime example, bottled it again today. Likely to bottle the league. Their only whisper of hope is if he wins the Champions League. So we were in that same situation of Arne Slot getting Champions League next season and Mikel Arteta winning Champions League this season. Those two managers blatantly are not fit for the job. So off you pop.
I've got a nice
Eddie Howe fit for the job. I've not heard anything really that sediments to me why Eddie Howe is not fit for the job. It's a collective. When it comes to team performance. It's a collective. Yeah. If the manager's coming out and saying this player's crap, that player's crap, he's not turned up because he's broke his toe, X, Y, and Z. Sorry, Rotherham fans. X, Y, and Z. Then you've kind of got to look at the manager and go, you're not strong enough as a manager for this team. Okay. Look at Amorim from Man United. He was not strong enough as a manager for the team. He had to go. Eddie Howe is a strong manager. The fact that Newcastle are struggling and things are happening at Newcastle is a bigger picture. And I think, yes, okay, Eddie Howe's not suited to Newcastle United, but is it Eddie Howe's fault that he's not suited to Newcastle?
It doesn't look good losing to your old team at home, does it, though?
No, it doesn't.
What I will say, first and foremost, I'm going to bring in, I've got 2 lads in the lobby. I'll bring them in.
Yeah, I've waffled on enough.
At the stage.
Phil, very quickly,
yes.
Gibbs White, was it a perfect hat trick?
So Gibbs White, let me again on my.
Because he got a header.
Yeah, so a lot of people know me and know that I'm not a big fan of Gibbs White. So the reason why I'm not a fan of Gibbs White is him as a person. Okay, the beginning of the season, the whole debacle with Spurs, the whole big I am, look at me, aren't I amazing? And the next minute, Marinakis going, oh, we'll throw a bit of money at you and you'll stay. To me, I look at that and I go, you're an idiot. At no point did you come out and back anything up. You got that meeting with him and Marinakis, and he just looked like he'd basically sold his soul to the devil, right, at that point. And for me, that just oozed that Morgan Gibbs White does not have a backbone. And I'm sorry, as a player, you have got to have some sort of guts and some sort of backbone. And to me, he hasn't. Do I take away the point that he scored 3 goals this game? Absolutely not. Well done. 2 fantastic cracking shots. I mean, that volley, that second goal was absolutely like a pin. It was perfect. And then for the header, where he was about 12, 13 yards out, he'd got the Burnley player between him and the goal, the Burnley player nudging him a little bit with his shoulder, and he was leaning back and he still managed to get force on that head to go in. I'm not taking it away from him. 3 fantastic goals. Well done, Morgan Gibbs White. But I still don't like him.
Phil, that was the most round the houses answer ever. And you've still not answered me. Was it a perfect hat trick?
Well, yeah, it was three goals in a row. Of course, it was perfect.
No. Was it a left foot, right foot header?
Right head.
It was no. I think it was 2 rights and a head.
Fair enough. Cheers, mate.
Phil. So obviously, you said that I'm delusional, saying that I think Forest are in trouble.
Yeah,
but you sounded pretty strange regarding Morgan Gibbs White.
Yeah, I just don't like Morgan Gibbs White. I don't like him as a human being. I think he's. Do you ever go through life and you look at somebody and you go, doesn't matter what they do in life, I just can't stand them. There's a. Do you know Vanessa Feltz? You'll know Vanessa Feltz, surely. She's one of them. She's probably not done anything wrong, but I look at her and she's got one of them faces that I just want to slap. And Morgan Gibbs White is exactly the same. And then just the way that he handled himself at the beginning of the season with Marinakis and the whole Spurs thing, I just think he's a scumbag. And that's coming from an avid Forest supporter. I just don't like him as a person. As a player today and as a player in general, he's popping the goals in. You can't deny that. But as a human being and as a person, I think he's a scumbag.
But I don't think I've ever heard Morgan Gibbs-White and Vanessa Feltz in the same sentence.
Well, there you go, mate. Now you have.
I thought I'd never seen that coming.
Well, there you go, Ben. Quick one. I want to ask you as well, John. Obviously, we were just talking about Eddie Howe. Phil,
Yes.
I want to ask you this question. Let's say Eddie Howe leaves Newcastle at the end of the season. I think he wants the England job next, depending on what happens in the World Cup. Quick plug for the World Cup. KB Terrace Talk is going to be covering all things World Cup. And, we'll be there. Let's just say that we win the World... No, when we win the World Cup, obviously Tuchel will stay on to win the European Championship. Eddie Howe potentially could be out of a job at Newcastle. Phil, I want to ask you, do you take him at Nottingham Forest?
Hey?
As it currently stands, no, we've had enough managers, mate. I can't cope with another change.
So you'd rather stick with this manager over Eddie Howe?
I'll stick with Vito Pereira, yeah.
Vito.
Which brings me on to John, who has been waiting patiently, as well as you, Ben. I'll come to you as well in a minute, mate. John, obviously, 80% of this podcast currently are Rotherham United fans. However, John does have a second team, which is Newcastle United. John, speak to me about Newcastle.
Yeah, so as I was waiting backstage to address some of the comments my good friend Phil was saying about Eddie Howe I agree, he's not the sole purpose for the failures of the recent form. However, when you watch the press conferences time and time again, and he's going, we need to find answers, we need to do, and we're not finding answers. And I guess are some of the players a bit like Rotherham downing tools, so to speak? I think so. Where do the answers come from? As a manager and as a fan, you'd expect your manager to find the answers. That's all I'm saying about Eddie Howe. Has he delivered great memories for Newcastle? Yes, we've won our first cup in 7,000 years or whatever it was. We're in I don't think we're going to get Champions League or Europe this year. We're a bit far from that, I think. But I mean, we've played the likes of Barcelona. We've played, PSG. The good times have returned. Are things turning a bit sour? Yes, but that's probably because of form rather than the whole perspective. If we were, let's say, for example, we got the points that we'd got from losing positions, it's like 30 odd points, we'd be second. Would we be having this conversation? No, absolutely not. We'd be second, and Man City would be third. So for me, it's just a general perspective. And I thought about this the other day. The Bournemouth manager is leaving at the end of the season. I think what they'll do with Newcastle, Eddie Howe, is the same as Bournemouth. Like, thank you very much. Leave on good terms. Find someone new in the summer. I do think that will happen.
Go back to Bournemouth.
John, who would you have?
I've heard the special one has been touted. So
Who would you have? Not who's been touted.
I would take Mourinho. I really would. I would take it.
From a complete neutral's perspective, Mourinho is box office, no matter what. I tell you what, I think the Premier League's boring. I think it's rubbish. I think you've got awful teams. Hello, mate. How's it going? Oh, that Rachel? Or no, I can't see.
Sorry, it's Zach.
It's Zach. Hello, Zach.
Hi.
Hey up, Zach. Good lad.
Go on.
Like I say, I think Mourinho is box office. I think there's awful teams in the Prem. You got teams like Newcastle, Forest, Wolves, those sort of teams.
But to,
I was going to wish you another happy birthday, Tom, but you can forget it now. No, you can forget it.
Yeah, you know that happy birthday that I sang for you the other day. You can shove it.
It's getting deleted off the VOD.
Yeah, that's it. Never to be heard again.
I
think Bushy's sat waiting, Tom. Do you want to bring Bushy on so he can wind a few people up as well?
Is he?
Is he going to wind me up?
I can't see
the
his
thing
bottom
is,
screen.
the thing is,
Do you want to add in?
Hang on. Oh,
Don't
yes,
need
so
to add
he's there. Can you make us all on stage, Phil?
Yeah, I'll make you all on stage.
Do it, mate. Do it. Sorry, Lee.
It looks like Phil's still at like the stadium where the like the stadium roof.
Yeah. Why is there only like a few cameras on this? Why is there no full 6 camera on this?
I can dip. It doesn't matter to me.
No,
I just wanted to come and
John. More the merrier, mate.
how many cameras can we have on at one time?
You can have 6 on at once.
You can have 7. You can have more, but
Can you?
you have to edit it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it
don't
now.
know about Newcastle being
So there's a little edit.
Yeah.
But also,
And
just to
add
talk
camera.
while you're fixing things, I think you said we're safe, Phil. We're not, by the way. We're only like 9 points from safety. We're not safe, by the way.
No, I mean, I'm not saying you're safe. What I'm saying is that you're. I'm feeling as though you could drop very, very. I think you could drop more places.
I agree. And we've got Arsenal, Brighton. We're going to struggle. I don't know where we next win, if I'm honest. But hello, Bushy.
Here we go, boys. Right, so Phil's got his, he's got it on him today. But let me tell you, Forest are getting relegated. Yeah, you've beat Burnley. You haven't beat Real Madrid. You've beat
I'm not
Burnley.
saying you have. See, you do this all the time. As soon as Forest win a game, you come out and go, "It's only Burnley."
We all knew you were going to beat Burnley today.
It doesn't matter, though, does it? Yeah, but you didn't in that first half because you come out on that WhatsApp group going, "Forest is shit," and then as soon as you scrapped one home, and then another one, and then another one, and then the fourth, you went all quiet on us all because you got battered.
Well, I didn't get battered. I don't support Burnley. I support Manchester United.
No, you got battered with your comment. You got battered with your comment because you chat shit.
No, I stand by the comment. Forest are shit. End of. They're getting relegated. Yeah.
Of course not.
No chance.
You're telling me in the next 4 games we're going to lose all 4 games, or at least 3 of those 4 games, and Spurs are going to win at least all 4 of those games.
It's looking,
don't need to win all 4.
Phil, it's looking difficult for Forest. I'm not going to lie, mate.
Wait, so you guys, hang on, you guys.
She's asked you.
They don't need to win all 4 games. Yeah, you're going to lose.
5 points behind. 5 points behind them. So that's 2 games that they've got to win.
Yeah, I think they'll win 2 games. I think
and we won't win any. In your saying that, they're not going to win any. We're not going to get any points.
No, I don't think you do. You come into Man United, you're not getting nothing from us, kid.
Oh, so Bushy, how did it go the first half of the season when Man United, we're the fucking best? You couldn't beat any of the bottom 6, you bellend.
But we beat all the top. Hang on, where are we in the league? 3rd. We beat all the top teams. You can't beat anybody. You're terrible. You're going down.
Beat
you're getting
anybody.
relegated.
Right.
You can't. You can only beat Burnley. I mean,
really? Forest should be on 3 points this season.
I get 7 people. I wouldn't even need an 11-a-side game. I get 7 people.
No, you wouldn't need an 11-a-side game because you think that you ran the pitch. You just want yourself cloned 11 times, wouldn't you? You fucking stuck-up prick.
Right, can I ask a question? Phil. Lee, hang on 1 second, Lee. Let's just take a minute. Lee, if you are serious about Forest going down, you think hang on 1 second.
No.
Is Forest worse than Burnley and West Ham in your opinion?
They're not worse than Burnley. I didn't say worse than Burnley.
The reason why I'm always eating because I'm a fat.
So West Ham are better than Forest.
Okay,
100%. The 3 worst teams in the Premiership are Wolves,
Spurs,
Burnley, and Nottingham Forest. That's it. They're the 3 worst teams. I predicted it at the start of the season. I
When
said
Spurs
Forest
are
were going to
18th.
struggle. I said they were going to get relegated. And as much as Phil wants to throw his tits out and just overshout people, yeah, he knows that they are shit.
God.
Yeah, they are shit. Yeah. On to Newcastle now.
Yeah.
Don't even talk about.
Bushy. No, just a quick one. Just let me address that situation. So Forest is shit. How many European games you played this season, mate?
Knew it.
Oh,
The thing
how many?
is,
Listen, we don't want to play. We don't want to play in Toy European Cup.
But how many
We're
European
going
games have
to
you played this
Champions
season,
League.
Bushy?
the thing,
When have
No
you ever
wonder
played
you're
in
third,
Champions
Bushy.
League?
Your players have hardly played this fucking season. They must be that well relaxed and that well fit for the games. I'm surprised you're not top. Oh, you're not top because you're not that good.
No, we're third. We're third, and we're going to
'cause
the
you're still not
Champions
that
League.
good.
You know, the real European competition, not the toy one. What you're in,
Right.
the real European Cup.
the
You
thing
know,
is,
not the toy stuff. Anyway,
The
on
one
to
that
a
you
bigger
missed out
club.
on this season, mate.
We're not going to miss out on it next season. We're going to Champions League third.
Let me guess, you're going to win that as well.
Hang on. Who predicted we'd finish third? I think it was the King Bush. Who
Yeah,
predicted Forest were going to struggle? Oh, I think it was the King
No,
Bush.
you
Now,
said Forest are going to get relegated.
Now, let's stop talking about Forest.
You said United will finish third, but yet you're only just in third, mate.
This is a Premier League show, so let's talk about a Premiership club in Newcastle, a bigger club than Forest, because Forest are going to be a Championship club next season. Forest will be a Championship club next season. Got a Championship stadium, Championship mentality. You're finished, done. On to Newcastle. Don't talk silly. Come on, Jose Mourinho. You've more chance of getting Matt Amshaw as manager of Newcastle.
Careful,
Jose
John.
Mourinho
He's
is not going to Newcastle.
Mate. He's going to shout over everybody and shout over you next, John. So let him have his say. And let him spit his dummy out the pram and go, Man United.
I get it's fine.
Premier League should just be Man United. Man United. Fucking Man United. He doesn't even fucking support them. He supports Rotherham, for fuck's sake.
That was a really good impression. 9 out of 10. Well done.
Thanks, mate. Thanks.
I'll drop your fishing rod off in the morning.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Thanks.
Right, on.
I just can't stand you, Bushy. I think you're a bellend, mate. That's all.
I've got a big bell end, so I'm told.
okay.
Anyway, on to John. Come on, John. I'll let you speak, and then I'll respond
I don't
to
need
you.
to. You're the one. I've said what I need to say.
Your name's above the door,
Jose
Bushy.
Mourinho is not going to Newcastle. It's not going to happen. Get that out of your brains, man.
It might happen. It might.
No. He won't manage Newcastle. He wants big clubs, like he's managed Man United. I can't see him going to Newcastle. But it's been a great weekend of football. Rotherham's won. Man United's won again against Chelsea, not Burnley. Remember, we were playing Chelsea, not Burnley.
Rotherham beat Leyton Orient. Yeah, don't shout home about, mate.
Hang on. We beat them.
We're gonna be
my Rotherham hat on
Luton
here a
on
little
Tuesday
bit.
night.
We beat them with an average age of
Luton on Tuesday
22.
night.
We beat them with an average age of 22.
Oh, and don't forget, Bushy, you also support Leeds. Let's not forget that one.
I don't support Leeds. I support Man United.
And
Rotherham,
Sheffield Wednesday. Don't forget that.
And Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah.
I definitely don't support them. But anyway, it's been emotional. I've enjoyed pulling Phil out at River Trent. It's been emotional. His tits are still flapping as we speak.
You'll have to catch me. You'll have to catch me. I'm a good swimmer.
And United.
Somebody get that scumbag off the stage. Oh, he's gone already. Good.
I wish I would have asked him. I suppose you can comment if he doesn't think Jose. I mean, I'm a bit of a bias. Who would you guys see as a suitable candidate for Phil? Who would you see as a suitable candidate for Newcastle?
Do you know what? Just based on what's happening with the other managers, I mean, an Iriola or a Glasner, I think is good shout. I think a Glasner's a good shout for Newcastle.
He's touted for Spain though, isn't he?
He is, but I think he could be easily persuaded by a big club like Newcastle.
The only thing I would worry about that, the only thing that would worry me a little bit about the Bournemouth manager is Eddie Howe is ex-Bournemouth. And I know he's a different category, but what's he really achieved at Bournemouth? Not a great deal, has it? Apart from keeping them in the Premier League. Whereas
was he the one that got got them from, I think it were like 15, 16 years ago, from literally from points deduction in League Two to like the Championship or something.
That's Eddie Howe, Ben. Yeah, that's
That was
Eddie Howe.
that was our manager. Yeah.
He went to Burnley for a season, I believe. That didn't materialize, and that failed. No, look, Eddie Howe. The next progression for Eddie Howe was to be the England manager.
I think he will be. To go back to your, so you were saying about England. I think I think he's just extended it to another 2 years.
He has, John.
So
yeah,
that puts England in a bit of a sticky situation. How well do you do in the World Cup? They're not gonna. If you don't win it, are they going to fire him because then they have to pay him off and then pay Eddie Howe to come in? I don't see that happening.
The reason England extended Tuchel's contract is because I believe Manchester United was sniffing about.
I think Eddie has always said he wants England. He has always said he wants England job.
He will be the next England manager for me.
Yeah.
Personally, obviously, we'll win the World Cup this summer, no issue, and then Tuchel will obviously move on, and I think he'll be the Manchester United manager. But listen,
wow,
what do we know?
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Interesting.
Anyway, it's been a hectic sort of like 10 minutes or so.
Wonder why.
Let me guess. The oracle that is King Bush is on.
Phil struggles to get 0 against me at snooker, even with his personalised cue. You got a personalised cue, Phil.
It's just the case has got my name on it. That's all it is. He thinks it's fucking
fancy.
Special, but my case has got my name on it, and now he thinks it's some sort of special cue.
Come on now.
Why's your name on it, Phil?
You what?
Why's your name on it?
Why not? I got it free personalisation on it. I bought the queue and they went, "Oh, we can put your name on it for free." And I went, "Go on, then.
Put your name on it for free."
Put my name on it then. It's the same. Funnily enough, it's the same with my golf bag and my golf towel and my golf glove.
You play golf?
Yeah.
Oh, Phil.
I'm actually quite good at that compared to snooker.
Oh, Phil.
I'm an expert golfer.
Oh, are you?
Yeah,
I went some time, Tom, and go for a round.
Well, no, I went to this amateur golf competition once. Took a couple of swings, and the bloke that was running the bit went, "Sorry, mate, no professionals." I went, "I'm not a professional." He says, "You're not a professional." I went, "I'm not a professional." He says, "Well, you should be. Play like that, you should be on the PGA Tour."
There we go. Nah. There we go. Should be on a PGA Tour. Do you know what, Tom? You're sounding more and more like Bushy every day.
It's unreal, isn't it?
It really pains me because I used to like you, and you know.
Let's have a look if I've missed anything. Phil Smith is saying, "Phil, I don't think you've ever won."
I have. Yeah. Bushy is, I will admit, Bushy's quite good. I tell you what, though, but what Bushy doesn't like, you know, if you take a shot and the ball accidentally goes in, you know, you've got a lucky shot or something like that, he loses his head over that. If you ever want to see Bushy lose his head, just play a fluky shot in snooker. Jeez. Spits his dummy out.
I'm just looking at all the comments. There was one that I was having a pint in the pub today, right? And somebody in the pub didn't know what a nutmeg was in football.
I do not know what nutmeg is.
My question is, why is it called a nutmeg?
Oh, for fuck's sake, sorry, boys.
Well, that's not the reason why, John. That's not the reason why. I don't know. Have you not done a bit of research on this, Tom?
I actually
know the answer.
I would imagine, Tom, when that said action takes place, it goes through the legs. And what typically is between male legs, another name for that area?
Cock.
No.
According to Google, I'm going to do a GH in doffing the cap to GH and getting the Google out. According to Google, a nutmeg in football is passing the ball between the opponent's leg. Is likely named after a 19th century English trade slang where being nutmegged meant being tricked or fooled.
Oh, there.
I was
there
just
we
about to
go.
say that, actually, Phil. I was just going to lead on to that.
It originated from merchants placing cheap wooden nutmegs into sacks of the valuable spice and nutmegging that made the buyer appear foolish, similar to a defender.
Yeah, John's got sacks on the brain.
Yeah, nut sacks as well.
No,
I never thought about that. I never thought about the bollocks. Like,
No,
you could pass
family
that off
show. This it's a family
Apparently
show.
so. We've had lots of weird things.
we've had Effins and Jeffins tonight, so I won't worry about that.
We've not read about 20 minutes.
Sorry to burst your bubble, Tom. We aren't winning the World Cup. Yes, we are, Phil Smith. We are going to win the World Cup. It's coming home, and I might add, KB Terrace Talk and its associated channels and affiliated partners. We're going to be doing all sorts of World Cup content with you all involved. And I've just realised I've hardly spoken to Ben since he's come on. Ben, how are you?
It's been a brilliant It's been a brilliant weekend in terms of everything. Fantasy football is said the least better than that. Yeah, it's been a brilliant weekend. Rotherham's won finally.
It was against Leighton Orient, mate.
We're gonna beat Luton on Tuesday night. So
really, Luton, terrible, awful place.
Awful player.
Awful. I know. I know. I've just been looking at the League Two table for next season, right, and the teams that are in it. We've got to go to places like Oldham, Warsaw,
Awful place.
Awful
Cheltenham,
place.
Awful place.
Cheltenham's not bad.
Shrewsbury,
Back end of nowhere.
Accrington Stanley.
Who are they?
I'll tell you that now. When the fixtures come out on June the 25th or whatever, I bet you the put us Colchester on a Tuesday night. I bet you.
Boys, at least you haven't got to go all the way to Bromley.
Yes,
Well,
did you see that, by the way, about the League Two? Is it League the one before where they were like York? Is it on 100 and something points, and then the team below them like 99th minute winner, and they went up instead? What a bizarre league that is, by the way. Only one team goes up, and they're both on like 100+ points.
Well,
that must be devastating.
John, I'm a massive advocate. I mean, I think 3 should drop from League Two. Currently, only 2 do. I won't be saying that if we're
if we're bottom 3 next season. You won't be saying that, will you?
I think the National League, the National League, is terrible. I do, however, from a selfish point of view, hope Carlisle get promoted through the playoffs. They secured 3rd position yesterday, as I was speaking to my mate Phil. Mentally ill Phil, not you, Phil.
That's not me. I am mentally ill, but not that mentally ill.
Another mentally ill guy called Phil. We call him mentally ill Phil. So yeah, I'm hoping myself, Carlisle come up so we can play them next season and smash them. Couple more comments.
Boreham Wood and all. Boreham Wood.
Boreham Wood, awful place.
Awful.
It's an awful place. Lee and Phil are such a married couple. Breaking news, KP Terrace Talk. It has now transpired that Phil and Lee are indeed married.
No, let's face it, that would be the wedding of the century, wouldn't it?
But by the time
Lee's talking about
of the century,
people are talking about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce getting married. No, it's going to be Lee Bush and
Who
Phil.
are they?
The one. Who are they exactly?
By the time you and Lee have your next argument on the podcast, we could all do an officiation course online to register to marry you.
Get us ordained. Get ordained. So we can
get ordained online.
I've got a spot on Bushy impression there, Phil. Well,
thanks, mate.
They're married, so they know they live in each other's pockets.
The one.
Phil Smith, and you support Leeds too, whatever that means.
That was for Bushy.
I've got here. It's 5 games. Luke, your team's going to be fine. Forest are bang in trouble.
I don't I don't think Forest go down, and I'm not just saying that to piss Lee, or to annoy Lee or a bumlick Phil.
Why
I
not?
think
Well, this channel's
because
gone downhill.
I think I think Burnley and West Ham are worse than Forest, and also Spurs. Spurs will be fine.
And Forest are going to be in the Europa League final against Braga, so
Right. I'm gonna put this here right now.
Mm.
So the last European Cup that we played, obviously we were in the final. I drove to Berlin. I did a road trip. Me and the father-in-law, we drove out to Berlin, watched the game. It was absolutely fantastic. So
Burnley. Burnley. You went to Burnley.
Berlin,
Germany.
in Germany. So I did a road
Then,
trip.
I'm fluent in German, I might add.
Oh yeah, 9.
I bet you are.
There's something about raising a hand. I'm not going to do it.
Don't.
Don't do that.
And so hear it now. If Forest do make it to the final, I will be doing a road trip to Portugal.
Are you going to do like an IRL, like KB Terrace Talk to us?
I might do a whole drive along, that kind of malarkey. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but that's the idea. That's what I'm going to do. If Forest make the final, I'm going to drive to
Ada, we should do
final.
a
I think
watch
the final's
along.
in Portugal somewhere.
Yeah,
We should do a
Lisbon,
watch
innit?
along for that final, and if Forest does win, right, Phil could just wing us up and like it'll be all emotional, and we were like.
I think Phil will be absolutely hammered.
I'll do a live show from Portugal. From Lisbon.
Yeah, but you mean you've got to get there first, Phil, and sadly, I don't think you will.
Is that the same? Is that the one that Palace got through with as well?
No,
Is that the
Palace,
same?
Palace are in the poor man's one.
Oh,
No,
conference.
What do you want for conference?
Palace got screwed over by Nottingham Forest.
Of course they did, yeah.
Um,
So it's Forest's fault that the Palace backdoor team can't read flipping emails. That's Forest's fault, is it?
I mean,
Right.
Forest literally screwed over
course they
Crystal
did.
Palace, the FA Cup winners, Community Shield winners.
But they did then lose it in the first round
Sure.
against some Northern League team that nobody's ever heard about. Yeah, so
Yeah, look at that Bushy again. Yeah, Forest shouldn't even be in the goddamn thing. Yeah, at least we made Europe, dickhead.
boys, I'm gonna have to. It's been lovely, but my little boy needs to go to bed, and I'm getting shouted at because I'm being loud. So
Are you really? Well, do you know what, John?
Yes.
Thank you, mate. We ain't got too much longer to go. We need
Love
to
you,
talk
John.
about our final subject of the evening. We've covered Forest's disastrous weekend.
disastrous.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Fucking love you, Tom.
it's a false
Fucking love you,
dawn.
mate.
A false dawn.
Oh,
It's
love
one
you
of
for
them.
this.
It's papered over the cracks. I think they're in real trouble. Tottenham got a fantastic result away. But John, thanks for coming on.
Thank
mate.
you, Thank you, boys. Nice. And next week, if we lose again, I will still say Eddie Howe needs to leave. By the way,
John, I might ring you in the week. I want to have a chat with you about something.
oh God. All right. Bye.
That sounds good, doesn't it? Cheers, John. Good lad, John. That's
Can I just? I know you're going to start talking about Rotherham, so I'm going to head off in a minute. But
no. Not doing. We're not doing them.
Oh, we're talking about the bottlers. Oh, that's all right then. I'll stay for that because that's a good one. That's
I'm
a
not
good
doing
one.
them. I'll just get rid of John. John's away. Bombs away. John's away. Make sure I don't lose people here. Where are we? Jesus Christ. Does that work? The last one that I just had worked, didn't it? Why have
That
I
one there.
stopped that? There. Cheers, Phil. Good lad.
No worries, mate.
So yes, Man City. Get rid of that comment from Luke. Luke, if you're listening, mate, I'm sure you are because I think Tottenham are going to be absolutely fine. Fantastic result away at home against informed Brighton. Will have really has bolstered your survival hopes. However, yes, I've checked the goal difference. It's an exciting race to the finish. Manchester City have a game in hand. Who is their game in hand against? Phil, are you doing that, Phil? No?
No, I've not done anything.
We'll do that then.
It's all changing on my screen for some reason. Someone else is playing around with it.
So, Man City now play. Is it Burnley? Is that right, Ben?
Yeah, Burnley on Tuesday night. Oh no, Wednesday
That's a
night.
win.
Wednesday night game.
That could be like a 10-0 win because Forest struggled against them today. So, obviously, the goal difference will go massively in Manchester City's favour. Who wins it from here?
Man City.
Man
City.
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 All day.
Danny, I'm going to come to you first. Why do you think Man City win it from this point?
Look, we're at that point in the season. City always do this. They've got the momentum. Look how they played today. Look at the confidence. Look at Ugly Ireland's face with his top off, with his smirk. And the way they played today. Donnarumma was the man of the match for me. I know they gave it to Haaland. Yes, and the fixtures as well. And I will go over that in a sec. I will allude to this shirt. I did get it from Primark for £7, like last summer for my eldest. He's never worn it, and I thought, what a shame. We'll stick it on today just because I was trying to get a rise out of certain people. Bushy came on, but he didn't mention anything. I thought our other resident regular Carl might come on, and I thought I might try and please him a bit because I know that we wound him up a bit the other week. But it's the one and only time I'll wear this. It's a Primark special. It's nothing special, but yeah, lovely to watch. And yeah, I'll come back to the rundown in a sec.
Dan, is it really that bad at City that they're having to sell their shirts in Primark?
Yes, mate. Yes, it is.
Really bad times. I don't want to see all that as well, mate. Just the shirt will do.
That's how bad it is. Oh, there you go.
Why are they selling shirts in Primark?
That's awful.
Like that?
That's awful.
I mean, yeah.
Well, that's a bit odd.
That's you could have at least bought a pint with that £7.
Yeah, well.
A pint, 2 pints here, Phil.
Oh, is it? Oh, it's expensive where I am, mate.
Yeah,
About £5.
Yeah,
About £5 a pint where I am.
And it's a bloody awful
it's
place.
cheap where I am.
I'm just joking. Right,
although I got a pizza and a pint today for a tenner.
I seen that, mate. I seen that pizza. Yeah,
Banging pizza and all.
Loaded fries and all.
Yeah, I had to pay extra for them, but they were worth it.
What fries were they?
They were salt and pepper fries. Well,
salt and pepper. Okay.
Quick question, because I know that we were talking. Well, it was brought up in the WhatsApp group before, and I'm sure everybody's talking about it. That Gabriel headbutt, if you saw it, what does everybody think?
Well, red card.
Red card all day.
Right.
Listen, if you get red carded for pulling somebody's hair, then a headbutt is essentially worse than that, isn't it? So that should be a red card and at least a 3-match ban.
I agree. There should be consistency with that kind of motion, but in that kind of game, and Haaland is antagonising. It's not like a direct headbutt. The heads are together. He just puts that little nudge in. We see it all the time that people get red carded for it. There should be consistency. It should have been a red card today. But when it's like together and then the little nudge, for me, they need to change that. And today, I like the way the referee refed it.
It was well refed. It was definitely a well refed game today.
Yeah. And again, like you say, there should be consistency where if it's red cards in other games, it should have been a red card today. But yeah, I like today's decision. It helped with the game.
Yeah, I've got a few Arsenal friends, and I've had one from my director on one of my businesses. I can't repeat some of the words that he's said, but he's a diehard Arsenal fan. There's the F word with wank after it. Keeping the F word Havertz on for a full 90. What a disgusting by the whole team. The F word again, followed by the S word. Gonna burn my shirt at the end of the season and support Tottenham in the Championship. Sick of it now. and that's from a diehard Arsenal fan. So yeah, that's.
Imagine if your friend who was in charge of the business, he sounds a bit unhinged.
Completely. That's why he's got to work with me, mate. You got to be unhinged to work with me.
Well, So Ben, I'm going to ask you, pal.
Yes.
Are Arsenal going to win the league or not?
No, I don't think so now, because if you're looking at, they've bottled too many games. They've bottled Bournemouth. They've bottled Man City. Did they? I mean, if you're looking at the goal difference now, it's 37, 36. If Man City don't concede, they don't lose any matches now, that's it. Done.
Yeah, Man City have got to beat Burnley by more than 2 goals to go top this weekend.
Yeah. I think we can comfortably say they'll do that, because Burnley, first and foremost,
if we could put 4 past them, Man City can put 20.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you struggled against them today,
but we drew. Yet we go to the empty had and we drew 2-2. So it's a weird one, isn't it?
I've got a little theory.
But apparently we shit. So it's fine.
There's a possibility here, right? If you thought about it, Arsenal get through to the Champions League final against Bayern. Now, we're talking about them losing the league. So they've lost FA Cup, EFL. They lose the league. Now, they lose in the Champions League final to Bayern Munich. Harry Kane scores, ex-Tottenham player. And then to make things worse, and I know we discussed this a couple of weeks ago, whether Arsenal fans would be happy if Spurs get relegated or not, but Spurs stay up. Arteta loses his job.
I think, can you imagine that? Ouch!
Imagine. It's a possibility, though. It's a possibility.
I think you're right, mate. I think if Arteta, a few weeks ago, we heard Piers Morgan, your Arsenal fans saying that they're on for the quadruple. To win nothing would be an absolute disaster, and I don't know how you recover from that as a manager.
What you do is you get rid of the manager. That's how you recover from it. And he will go.
You do, but I mean, it's one of them, isn't it? It's like Danny's saying, it is a possibility. Do you have somebody who is nearly on all, fighting on all 4 fronts? I know Luke's probably watching. I'm not talking about war today, but listen, and let's say they do bottle this league. They do not win the Champions League. Obviously, they're out of the Milk Cup, as it used to be called, and the FA Cup. If they lose all that, surely Arsenal fans. I mean, we don't have an Arsenal fan on the show now. We used to have Mers. Mers is, no longer part of this channel. What would Arsenal fans think? You'd be thinking, right, hang on. This is serious bottling. This is the bottle job of the century. To be on for 4.
I think though, if that happens, I think it's shine. I think Spurs will be happy with that, because obviously when Spurs get relegated, a lot of focal will be on Spurs being relegated. But if Arsenal manage to bottle everything, I think the news will go towards Arsenal and less towards Spurs, and we'll all forget that Spurs have been relegated to the Championship until the start of next season, when we'll go down the list and go, "Where's Spurs?" Oh yeah, they're over there. That's it.
I mean, all jokes aside, I mean, I believe Spurs stay up, personally. I mean, I think it's between you and West Ham, Phil. I mean, that's just I thought, no, I'm joking, Phil. I'm joking. I've been fishing. Yes, I think it's if Spurs were to go down.
In an honest opinion, Tom, what do you think Spurs are going down?
I don't think they go down. I think West Ham will go down.
Right, okay. I don't. I think the West Ham game tomorrow, I think the West Ham Crystal Palace is going to be a draw. And I think Spurs are just still in that same situation for the next 2 or 3 game weeks. And I just don't think I don't think they're going to get out of it.
Spurs playing Wolves next week.
Yeah, and I think that could finish as either a 0-0 draw or a cheeky 1 goal from Wolves or something. I really do.
So finally, I've asked the question, Phil. Arsenal, did they bottle it?
Yeah, absolutely, all day long.
Yeah,
and I don't think they win the Champions League neither. I think they lose
I
out
think
on
Bayern
all,
Munich
all
win the
cups.
Champions League. I think
Yeah,
Bayern Munich.
I think they lose out on all cups, and very, 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 very quickly, within 24 hours of losing that in the Champions League, I think Mikel Arteta will be out of a job.
Will he be out of a job and be at Man City?
No, I think he will sod off to Europe again for a bit. He will return to the Premier League, but not straight away.
Okay, so that's we're coming to the end. It's been an interesting
emotional.
show.
It's been
Lots of
brilliant.
people on. There was no kind of format for this. We've now had to speak about Rotherham's fantastic result, beating Leyton Orient 2-0 at Leyton Orient.
That Leyton Orient side, I'm just going to put it out there because no doubt there's some Rotherham fans watching who then share everything along all their socials. But I just want to put it out that I did state that Leyton Orient were going to struggle this season. Where are they? What position are they in the league?
They're on 51 points, mate, in 20th, I think.
Yeah, and when I said it at the beginning of the season, I got laughed at by 1,000 Leyton Orient fans going, "We were in playoffs last season. Look, we nearly won. Yeah, all nearly want it, and now where are you? Down at the bottom in the dregs.
Well, could be worse.
Yes, again, the Oracle knows best. I don't know how
Could
we
be
do
worse
it.
than us. I just want to point out that we've got a QR code on the screen just up there. It's for the Legends, the game of the century, Rotherham United's 100-year history. Blah blah blah. We've been relegated, rubbish. But we've got Neil Warnock managing one team, Ronnie Moore and John Breckin on the other, in the other dugout. Three Rotherham legends, followed by a team full of legends. This has all been sorted out by Kev Johnson for the Rotherham United Community Trust, the Rotherham Community Trust, and the Rotherham Hospice. Or is it that corner? I don't know.
Yeah, so the real Phil Smith, I'm pointing that way because on my screen I'm seeing it that way, but I don't know if I'm seeing it that
to me.
Yeah, it's up there to me. It's there.
Yeah, it is. It's one of the.
Anyway, I'm not throwing gang signs.
The one that looks like a QR code.
Yeah, I'm not throwing gang signs before you ask, but it's there.
Okay, cool. It's £10 to go and watch. Danny, are you going to this, pal?
I am trying to go to it, mate. Work have rejected it, but I will find a way. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I'll try and get there myself as well. It's going to two fantastic charities.
Yeah.
The Rotherham United Community Trust, the Rotherham Hospice, which helps everybody. We've got some fantastic players. We had Adam Lafondra on our show a week last Friday, or Glenville, as he doesn't want to be known as, on our show. Still ripping it up at FC United of Manchester. What a player for Rotherham. We've got some fantastic players playing. And it's
you never know. Maybe some representatives from KB Terrace Talk might show up.
Well, do you know what, mate? We can only hope so. And if I'm there, I'll do a bit. I'm sure Tiny will be there. Bez, Lee, I'm not sure what his movements are that day. Me, obviously, I live in another country. And listen, it's a bit of a journey. But do you know what? If I can, I will. And it is a bank holiday weekend as well. Thankfully, in a weird way, Rotherham have been relegated, because imagine if we got relegated on the final day and then have to do that game. Jesus Christ, that would be horrendous. But some fantastic players going to a fantastic cause. Ralph Little, from 2 Pints of Lager, he's playing in it, apparently.
He were in a charity game up at Wickersley Comp. Like 12 years ago. Yeah, we a couple of other celebrities. I was there, but I can't remember anything of it.
Yeah. Do you know the best of it is, Danny? I was at Wickersley Comp for 6 years, and I can't remember any of that either. So that was my school. Awful place, Wickersley. Awful place. I'm just joking. It's actually quite nice. But Before we go, Ben, any
Yeah.
final thoughts on this weekend, mate?
Yeah, it's been a brilliant. It's been a brilliant weekend. We've won. We're on to midweek now and see what happens.
Phil, not a great weekend for you, mate. False dawn.
Mate, listen, we've had a fantastic few days, haven't we? We've had, through to the semi-final of the Europa League, and we finally, under Vito Pereira, we have managed to win a game at home, and not just win it just by a goal. Absolutely batter Burnley at home. So good times, good last few games of the season. Hopefully get ourselves through to that final of the Europa League. And who knows what the rest of the season is in store for what has been a very up and down season for Forest. But come on, you Reds.
Yeah, no, fair play. Danny boy, any final words, my friend?
Yes, we have run out of time. We have been talking a load of nonsense. As you know, just for you, Tom, I do my homework. So I think there's a couple of things worth mentioning for anybody who is still listening. Bayern Munich have won the Bundesliga today. Man U,
right.
yeah, exactly. Big news. Man U bounced back, but we'll not go into that. I'm surprised. We could ask Bushy.
No, don't
if they get Champions League spaces, does Carrick stay? Liam Rosner's in trouble. We did briefly mention Leeds there, safe at the beginning of the show. Blackburn earned a draw against Leaders Coventry. I know we've been talking about the big stuff, but it's still worth a mention. That's still ongoing.
Yeah, promoted. Fair play to them.
I had a mate go to Barnsley game against Bradford. But he said that were a decent game. Exeter, 97th minute.
Goalkeeper, yeah.
Their goalkeeper scored. That would mean that. So they're fighting relegation still. Anything else? There is a couple of other things. There's no SPL this weekend. There's only Scottish Cup. Nobody's bothered about that.
Yeah, well, Celtic won 6.
Yeah, nobody's bothered about that, mate. Ipswich and Borough were 2-2, so it's all to play for. Obviously, top of the championship. And yeah, my two usual things that I go to that are non-football related. Because of what's happening in Iran, they've reduced the F1 dates from 24 to 22, meaning there's no F1. So I'm very upset. So they've took Bahrain and Saudi off, and then obviously Qatar maybe later in the season. So they need to sort that out. It's WrestleMania weekend, and I've not been watching wrestling. Yeah, it is. Over 2 nights.
Yeah, they do it Saturday night.
Phil, are you WrestleMania?
I'm WrestleMania, man. I'm Raw. I'm SmackDown. I don't really follow AEW, but yeah, WWE. I'm all in, mate. All in.
It's over 2 nights. The first night was last night. I've only read a couple of reports. Don't spoil it for me. I'm glad I brought it up now, so there's no spoilers.
It wasn't that good. There was a few returns that made it good. It was the returns that made it good. There was no real surprises in there, though.
Phil. And then obviously there's tonight, and yeah, that's it. Have a good week, everybody.
Do you know what? Do you know what, Danny? Do you know what we need now? Like, you're like our quick news reporter. And now, go to Danny, and you rattled off all that news in about...
Yeah, I do it every week. I just want to hit on the things we've missed. That were probably worth talking about.
We spoke about all show. I'll tell you what, when the World Cup thing launches, mate, you're going to be there. Quick news, guy.
No, we should call it Danny's Features.
Danny's Features.
And we're going to go now.
Shall I report it like this?
Features. Whoosh, straight across, and it's Danny just stood up like that. Everyone thinks we're going to do something weird. And then he sits down. In another news.
You came across about 10 subjects there, which I didn't know about, but now I know about. Fantastic. Yeah. Great content. Great banter, as Partridge would say. So anyway,
I've loved Ben's involvement tonight, because even though obviously he's been overcrowded by everybody else. Every time we've gone to him, he's got Rotherham in, and none of us have spoke about Rotherham. What a boy. True Miller. Well done, Ben.
Good
What
lad.
a man.
Ben's a good lad. Ben is a star of our Fantasy Premier League show, which is hosted by Phil. And he's come on leaps and bounds as Ben since joining the podcast. He had a few mic and technical issues in the early stages, but you know what? Come on leaps and bounds, and he's a top lad. Going on, shows coming up. End of the season, we're doing World Cup. We're going to have World Cup special, all that sort of stuff. But tomorrow, for all you Rotherham United fans, it's Miller's Monday. Love the glass, Danny. Miller's Monday, which will be hosted by one of two, Bez or Bushy. Bushy and Bez. Bez and Bushy. And if they're not available, probably me. So we'll talk all things Rotherham United. Phil, what shows have you got planned this week, next week?
Because of obviously the extended football week till Wednesday, our Premier League show will be on Thursday this week. It's after all the games have been played, and we can have a bit of a breakdown of all those 13 games that have been played over game week 33. And then Friday, we'll have the good old FPL show.
Which I will try and get on, mate. And like I say, if you ever need anybody for the Premier League show, you know me, neutral, not bothered. I will give my opinion and add a voice. Before I go, like I say, Legends game in whatever corner. Please scan the QR code, buy a ticket, get yourself there. It'll be a fantastic day at the New York Stadium. Howard Webb, referee. There's still lots of sponsorships out there. I think if you pay £300, you can sponsor a player, gets you a ticket, gets you some scran, match-worn shirt, all that kind of stuff.
Can you get me the details, Tom?
Yeah, well, scan the QR code, Phil.
Ah. I thought that was just to get a ticket. I didn't think that was anything to do.
Well, no. Like I say, speak to myself or Bushy and Kev Johnson, who is organising this. £300.
I'll reach out.
Player, you get the match shirt, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I won't mind.
I mentioned the program meet and greet, Phil. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, I might do something.
I can't afford that kind of money. But do you know what? If I can get there, I will. But obviously, I'll live a bit far away. Listen, I've taken up enough of your Sunday night. My wife, my 40th, 2 days later, has bought me a Chinese. So, no, actually, I bought the Chinese.
What's the go-to Chinese, Tom? What's the go-to Chinese?
Laura, what Chinese have I got? Violet, what have I got? Usual, apparently. So that would be chicken fried rice, chicken chow mein, spring rolls, chippy chips.
Tom, what you're meaning to say is she's providing dessert.
Hey! There's a lemon meringue in the oven.
She just said knee chance.
It was actually you gave me 40 quid to buy Chinese.
Yeah, and I've not got the change back. Anyway, listen, that comes to the end of Rain and Slate Turbo Sunday Roast. Thanks, Ben. Thanks, Phil. Thanks, Danny. Thanks, John, for coming on. Tiny was trying to come on before, but he's having a few internet connection issues. And Bushy.
Don't thank Bushy. Don't thank Bushy. Don't thank Bushy. Whatever you do, don't thank Bushy.
The Bush father.
No.
The Bush father. So thanks all for watching. I'll love you and leave you when my mouse wants to work. And we'll see you